do we come here every Tuesday morning to prepare speeches? Why do we miss other opportunities as we stay up late or perhaps prepare our speech, work at contest preparation? I believe because it's worth it. Mr. Toastmaster, my confrere Toastmasters, and I wish we had some guests. I have found such reward from participating in Toastmasters, and part of that is the camaraderie that it provides. I love a show that I used to watch and listen to growing up called Cheers. If you're familiar with it, it's a little beer show where it's located in a saloon, a bar. And they had a wonderful intro that would go, and don't you want to go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You want to be where you can see the troubles are all the same. You want to go where everybody knows your name. Cheers. That is what I love about being in Toastmasters. We do know each other's name. There's a camaraderie here that we can feed off of, strengthen from, and help each other. The founder of Toastmasters, Dr. Smedley, he loved that there was a camaraderie created, and he wanted that to maintain throughout the existence of Toastmasters, and our club has been able to do that. Now, we don't come in knowing everybody's name. We don't have that camaraderie. It grows. When I first started here, I only knew one person. His name was Cameron Call, and unfortunately, he couldn't be here today. And I did my first speech. I got up here. I wanted to share everything. I wanted to jump in with both feet. I wanted to be as vulnerable as possible and share my deepest soul with you as I introduce myself. I sat down after giving that speech and felt like I had reached the objective. If you remember, it was a speech about a batting tryout that I went to, a swing and a miss, a common theme in my life. When I would fail at something. Well, the evaluator got up and he shared with me a few different things of strengths and then areas of improvement. He said, John, to improve this speech and for every other speech, I recommend you focus on the objective to help us to get to know you better, talk about your current status, your current abilities. I thought at that moment, swing and a miss. The whole speech was meant to be about me, and I somehow, in his mind, did not meet that. I felt like I failed. But did I give up? No. It goes back to that camaraderie. I was encouraged. I was supported. I asked questions. How can I do better? And the encouragement came. And that is the challenge that we have, is to be able to do better. Find those that help us. Mentors, coaches, professors, anybody that can support us. I heard a great story about a professor. He made an assignment, turned in a paper, a research paper. The students all turned it in. The next day, he walked up to one of the students. Is this the best paper you can do? He said, well, I worked really hard on it. Well, if you feel like you need more time, take 2 days and bring it back to me. Okay, thank you, Professor. He brought it back 2 days later. Did some research in the library, got his roommate to proofread it again. Professor received the paper in his box, and the next day came up to that student again. I want to know if this is your best effort. Have you done your best on this paper? Student, I'm trying really hard. Do you want me to, I'll take 2 more days if you'd like, and bring me your best work. All right, I'll do it. So 2 days later, did some more research in the library, got another professor to read the paper, really put in a lot of time and effort. Turned in the paper, and the professor again comes back to him after receiving the paper and says, let's just be clear, are you really trying here? Are you doing your best? You know what? I have not worked on any paper as much as I've worked on this paper. This is my best. And if it's not good enough for you, I'm sorry, this is it. The professor turned to him and said, Well, that's good to hear. I'll go read it now. He hadn't even read it. And he had challenged him to do his best. Are we doing our best at the activities that we participate in? What can we do better? What can we focus on more? Sometimes these are hard. Like hearing the evaluation from my evaluator that first day, it can be a little painful. But it's these situations that strengthen us. There's a great story by C.S. Lewis when he talks about a little boy and a lion, Ansa. This boy grew scales like a dragon, turned into a dragon, and he didn't want these scales anymore. And so, talking with the lion said, peel them off. He got his claws out, his dragon claws, and began peeling away the scales. It hurt. It was hard. But the scales were still there. And Ansa, the lion, said, tear away more. You need to dig deeper. Try harder. Oh, it hurt. Grabs the claw again, tears away, ripping at the scales to pull them off from his skin so he can get back to that beautiful skin that he so loved. Once again, it wasn't enough. The lion said, I will help you. I need to tear away those scales. He got on his back and said, okay, help me out. The lion, with his giant lion claws, ripped the scales away, ripping at his skin. He screamed in agony. It hurt so much. How could anyone dig so deep? And yet the scales came off. And at the end, he found himself with a beautiful skin. Sometimes we need more help than we can get from ourselves. We need that coach, that mentor, that professor pushing us further than we thought we could go. And it's painful and hard, but it's worth it. We always get more from it. And it's the resistance that can help us grow. All of these opportunities and attributes I got to experience when I prepared to run a 10K. It was back in college, before my doctor said, you're qualified to be obese. That was a claw that day. But back then, I wasn't in great shape, but better, and I wanted to run. And I had roommates, a friend that had been in a marathon and qualified for the Boston Marathon, another friend who was in the track team. These were some qualified people, mentors, coaches. And I started training with them. It was hard. It was difficult. There were nights that I was tired. I didn't want to run. There were Saturday mornings I wanted to sleep in and didn't want to run. But we trained, we prepped. And I set a goal to run a 10K in 45 minutes. I got to the end of that race. I was tired. And I saw the clock and saw my time. 45 minutes and 4 seconds.
Yeah.
I missed it by 4 seconds. I felt horrible. I felt like I had failed. It would have been great if it was a minute. Then I was just doing great. 4 seconds means there was some point I could have run a little bit more. I was hard on myself. My friends helped me to get to that point, but I realized something else. They also helped me to get through that experience. They helped me to realize, John, what would you have done if you hadn't trained for this? What kind of 10K would you be able to run without the preparation? I realized that I had reached a level that I had never reached before, a physical fitness that was exceptional. And I realized I should be proud and pleased with my success, even if I didn't reach my goal by 4 seconds. What goals do you have? Are you getting the most out of Toastmasters? What about the other activities you participate in? Are you getting the most out of those? The possibilities are limitless. Do you think that Paul Brunaforte, when he joined Toastmasters 33 years ago, imagined that he would be going to the semifinals? I don't think so. But it happened by step and by growth. Do you think Don Griffith, the first year he joined Toastmasters, he would imagine himself as an international director? I don't think so. He shared with me that he wasn't sure he was going to do it, even when he was getting ready to run. But these dreams occurred because of the support from others, because of the day-to-day opportunities being challenged, being invited, and accomplishing these things. And when you take an invite from someone else, or give an invite to somebody else, you empower them to succeed. And through the success, you will find that it's worth it.